Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Planet Coaster. This is probably going to be called Planet Coaster Episode 1, but maybe not of the beta, but it's really like the 4th episode that we've done of Planet Coaster. The difference is that it is now out. It is November 16th, I believe. No, it is November 17th right now, so the game is actually out. And now, as you can see, if I go to, like, the play mode here, if I go to career, you know, there's all sorts of new scenarios in the game, which actually plausibly gives you the ability to hit level 9 and then unlock or level 3, I guess, and unlock the remaining scenarios. But it also means that all of the other coasters, scenery, facilities, etc., have been unlocked in the game. So rather than playing the career mode, which is fun, but is very scenario-based, like gimmick-based, you know, here's a big tree, build an eco-friendly park around this big tree. I'm gonna play the challenge mode, which I actually think is kind of unaptly named, if that makes sense. This is really like a sandbox mode, but with financial constraints. You know, if you want to build your own custom park and still have to manage it, manage the finances, make sure you're making enough money, and then expand and run marketing and research, etc., kind of like the classic Rollercoaster Tycoon style, the challenge mode is really where you're going to do that. So we're going to start in the challenge mode here, and basically, you get a certain amount of money, which is basically a loan from the bank to begin with, and you want to build a custom park. I think that's more engaging. It's more like building a RimWorld colony or, you know, a Minecraft base or something like that, but maybe we'll play the career mode in the future. Let's face it, though, that Monolith Park was going down pretty quickly. By the way, I can't even find the freaking Monolith Park right now. It doesn't exist in any of these remaining scenarios. It's like they only put that one there to fudge with you. Maybe it shows up. Oh, you know what? It seems like that's actually in the hardest tier. So don't even start with me. I saw people being like, oh, how do you not know how to do this? It's in the hardest tier, okay? Alright, so we're gonna make a challenge park here, and we're gonna call it Northernlion's Fun House and Others. Okay, we're gonna call it Northernlion's Fun House, because that makes sense. A medium difficulty is fine by me. We're gonna start with basically a park entrance and nothing else. So we pretty much have to start from the ground up, and we're going to try to design our park as best as we possibly can here. I don't need to see the basic controls, come on. The other thing that is good to know about challenge mode is that there is actually an alternative source of finances, and that's these challenges. So our first challenge is build a coaster with 2 inversions, or at least 2 inversions. That's actually going to be pretty tough to do, because we start with not a whole lot of money. In fact, we only start with $4 grand. What did I think it was? It said 25 on the screen, but 4 is also fair enough to get your park started. We're not going to be able to build a roller coaster until we get maybe $6,000 or $7,000. I should also have some blueprints available once we actually get some extra research done. I built a coaster that people love. And by people, I don't mean rational people in the real world. I mean the digital people in the game. We're going to try to just place that. We'll build some custom coasters, of course, over the course of this, but I finally built a coaster that was, like, not garbage, and it's just locked behind research right now. So let's get started. If you've never played Planet Coaster, you may be confused as to how to get started in a sandbox park, but you really don't have very much money. So I think you, just getting the camera kind of set up the way I like it here. If you don't know what you're doing, it's actually not that confusing to begin with. Basically, you have almost no money. You could, in theory, place a coaster down, but it's going... Yes, I know. Thank you very much. But it would cost us, like, almost all of our available money. So I think rather than having one roller coaster, which would be impressive, but maybe not that profitable, we want to have, like, 2 rides that are family-friendly, you know, quick turnaround times, and then people will pay to use those rides, and eventually we'll get enough money to... start opening our own custom roller coasters. So we're gonna start just by thinking about how we want to place this. I love placing this ride. You know, people seem to enjoy it, and we can call it Lara Croft Tomb Raider. We can call it something different as well. And I've learned a little bit about queuing and the way that in particular, the way I want people to exit queues and what I want them to see when they exit queues. So we're just gonna leave the park paused for now while we do this, and we're gonna place our first ride here, and then we're gonna place our entrance over here, and we're just gonna make pretty much a straight queue to the end, and then we're gonna place our exit like over here, and the idea is that you're gonna exit, and then you're gonna have like a bunch of food and gift shops and stuff, so that maybe they're more likely to buy stuff because they're excited. Again, the game just came out, so these are the we're getting some extra tutorialized stuff because of the fact that this is version 1.0. So I think for queues, you don't want the queues to be too long for a couple of reasons. One is that it bothers people to wait for like more than 5 minutes. The other one is that if you have them in queue, they're not busy buying other stuff. And as, you know, as maybe profit mongering as that sounds, it's something you don't necessarily want if you can avoid it. So basically I want to have 2 rides that both use the same area to exit. So we're going to build like a quick little area over here that basically... Ooh, I'd like to delete that because it doesn't look right. That basically has a bathroom and a hamburger store, if possible. And in fact, we don't even need to build it out any more than that for now. So let's go shops and facilities. We can use blueprint shops, but they're going to be very expensive right now. So just prepare, you know, we're starting with a pretty basic park here. So it's going to look kind of bad for a while. And that's acceptable. I just want to give them a little bit of time to get out of the ride before they, you know, clog up the chief beef stand here. And we'll put some Cosmic Cow milkshakes next to it, and we'll put a hot dog squad thing there, and we'll put a... I mean, we might as well put a first aid station down, and we definitely want to have restrooms as well. Okay, so that's kind of like our first, you know, food court style thing here. We'll just call this the food court 1 right now. And these can honestly all open right now. They are open, okay. So let's build our exit out here. And all we need for that is a path. You can see, you know, $4,000 doesn't really go too far in Planet Coaster. You know, we basically got one ride that's not even that cool. We got a weird little, you know, penile stub of a path here. And we don't even have garbage bins or benches right now, which is what people are going to be really interested in. Now, we can take loans, and maybe we'll theme our park later, but for now I'm just making it so we have actually, like, the ability to use generic garbage cans, I suppose is what I'm saying here. And, you know, you never estimate properly the amount of garbage cans you need. You always think, oh, you know, I got 2 garbage cans. People will walk around looking for them. In my experience, people in this game will not walk more than like a quarter of a second to find a trash can. So, the other thing that would be smart for us, although it's probably a little early, is maybe get like 1 janitor and 1 mechanic. Even though we only have 1 ride, you know, we don't want to forget about it later. So I'm going to unpause, and honestly, this ride should be open now. I do want to make the queue better so people are happier to wait in line, but I don't want to spend any money on that now. Instead, I want to go to speed 3 and wait for some people to actually come into our park. As you can see right now, we've got 0 customers, so that's not going to be very productive for us. We need to wait for people to start coming in through the ticket gates here. We got 1 family, and I hope they brought their wallets. More people. Oh, look at that! 1 ride is perfect. They've all exited the Hall of the Mountain King. And you know what? We've got to go through some different music here. Because I've been listening to Flight of the Valkyries for 100 freaking years. You know what? There we go. Give me Ride of the Val Kitties. I'll accept it. Okay, let's see. Let's go back down to speed not 3. See how people feel about this park. It's like the freaking floodgates have opened here already. Park management. It's the same freaking thing as just played on a glockenspiel. I wish there were more rides. Park entry's free. The queue looks fast. That'll change. Achieve a monthly profit from shops and facilities of $500. Every time you complete one of these challenges, you get $1,000. At least for the easy challenges you get in the early game. You get $1,000. So realistically, if we can get our first month finished here and we can make $500 from shops and facilities, that'll be excellent because we'll get another grand and we can honestly use that to put down our second ride. It might take us a couple of episodes here to get to the point where we can actually make a... coaster, and we may have to take out some loans as well, but the problem is I just don't want to find myself in complete financial ruin, so we'll try to avoid that. And I'm just going to try to throw down benches in locations where, to be honest, I'm probably not going to be able to build, like, a ride. Like, there's not enough space here for me to be able to build a ride. Sometimes when you throw down a bench, it's fucking, you know, 28 days later. People just immediately go apeshit for it. Okay, this song is 10 times more annoying, but I appreciate it. You know what? Give me Give me Planet Carnival. Oh, there we go. That's the old classic. That old Bon Mo. Okay. We're really, like, kind of handcuffed here in the early game. But the good news is we're spending $0 on loans right now. But people are, like, a quarter of people are like, come on, dude, I paid this much money. I paid $0 to get into this park and there's no rides. We probably should take out a quick loan, so let's do that. And it should pay for itself pretty quickly as long as we use it properly. So, loans, and we're going to take a $3,000 loan that has the lowest amount of interest, which is nice. And then we're going to just put down another ride. And we're going to put it down, like, right here. In fact, we could actually put it down, like, behind this, and then you get a nice view of the back of the restaurants and all, like, you know, the old grease getting poured out and stuff like that. But it's very efficient from a space standpoint. You know what? I can't deny. People go apeshit over the whirly rig. So, we're going to put the whirly rig like this. And I think we should put the exit... excuse me. Put the exit, like, at the back, and the entrance maybe right here. And we'll just make it snake around a little bit. Like, we can put... it looks better if it's this way. This way, again, I want them to exit into the food court. And we'll connect the entrance to the path. And it's not going to be the most impressive queue of all time, at least to begin with. And people will probably say, I'm not waiting in the queue that long to go on, you know, Whirly Rig 1. But the turnaround time for this ride is extremely fast, you know. It's not a very long... it's not a long ride, but it will change your life forever. I can assure you, it will change your life forever. Is that what we're going to do for this series? I'm going to be a weird role-playing, like, Hannibal Lecter opening his own amusement park? You should really check the food court, Clarice. We'd love to have you for dinner. Whirly Rig 1 looks too gentle for me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Okay, let's get some quick scenery going here. I don't want to spend a lot of money. So we'll be like, hey, you want to go on this kids ride? Dope. Watch out, you don't want to get shot by the bandit. And all we're looking for is like a Q rating above like 30. God dang it. Okay, well, what, I don't know. Let's throw down like a freaking $100 for a barrel slide? Are you kidding me, dude? Here, I'll pay 40 bucks for a campsite. What does this have to do with the concept of this weird, like, octopus ride? It has nothing to do with it. By the way, there are going to be, there are, like, 100% going to be YouTubers who make amazing themed parks in this. I'm not going to say that... Oh, God, this song. I forgot. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be that guy, but what I will say is that don't expect me to be that guy right off the bat. I'm much more worried, or interested, rather. We can't really put the arch there effectively, but maybe we can just throw it here. I'm much more worried about the financial aspects, which I think is more in my wheelhouse. I can't focus with this song. It's actually flooding my mind. Okay, I'll live with that, you know? 33 on the Q rating. What's the Q rating on this? It's like 0, right? 15? Well, we might as well throw some extra stuff in here to make it worth our while. We just don't want to spend too much money right now because of the fact that... oh my god, I gotta turn down my own volume here. This is becoming a real distraction. Okay, I don't want to spend too much money at this, basically. Sometimes you can get a more efficient, at least in my experience, you can get a more efficient queue rating by having a queue that kind of snakes back on itself, and then people see the same, elements multiple times in the queue, and they go, oh, that's awesome. At least it seems like they go, oh, that's awesome. What else can we make here out of the prefabricated? I don't really want to make a $10,000 golden treasure chest. That seems a little ridiculous to me. I mean, the ride itself was not even close to that expensive. You know what's pretty cheap in the game? Are trees. Well, we'll just go to nature here. A small bush collection? No, I don't want to get into politics. But seriously, though. Sure, you know, let's get some tall redwoods going here. Probably not redwoods. I've never been much of an arborist. from the start of this run of the game. Well, let's be honest, this is a cheap park, dude. There we go, 38% thanks to the trees. I can live with that. Let's speed up. How's park management doing this month? We've lost $600. That's bad. Yeah, we lost $700 this month. And what was our profit on shops and facilities? Minus $60? Excuse me? Why are we making so little money on our shops here? You know what? We probably don't have very many customers. What do people feel about these places thus far? Nobody feels anything. I'm so glad first aid is free. Well, I mean, I'm not going to start charging for first aid. That's a different thing altogether. How much money did you make? Last month you made $32. What was that, 3 cheeseburgers? People go crazy over the milkshakes. They're losing their dang minds. Nobody's hungry, though. You know what? They're probably not spending enough time in the park. Here we go. I'm going to go back up to speed 3. People are going to start to get annoyed with this queue, but that means you're making money. We do at some point need to do research, by the way, and we need to do marketing, but I don't want to do that right now. We do have 200 people in the park now. Finally, we got some people buying burgers. We need to look into the break-even. Why are you not going to Chief Beef? I don't understand. You lost me $400 last month making burgers nobody wants to eat. Pause the game. View challenges. Achieve a park balance bonus of 20. This is something to do with park rating, which I think is like how much nature you have versus technology versus, I don't know, do you have a lot of pirates for no reason? That might be something that people are a little bit displeased with for me here. Because people aren't really losing their minds over Chief Beef right now. I think we go items for sale and we say, you know what? A Chief Burger XL, that's only $10 now. And then how you doing here? You're actually making money. I need the bathroom after Cosmic Cow Milkshakes. Well, that's why it's right there. People love the Cosmic Cow Milkshakes. Hot Dog Squad. It seems like it's not doing that well. Jumbo Hot Dog, $10. We're going to lower the cost of some of these things, okay? And then the first aid, if you want to use the first aid, it's going to be 100 American dollars. And let's go back on speed 1 here. Give ourselves some time to work with this. Because we have to spend money on our loan. Like, we have to make loan payments every month. So, it might take us some time here. It seems like it would be wise, as much as it might seem, like overkill, and it's going to initially cost money, it might be wise to build a Cosmic Cow Milkshake. Because I believe that's probably, I was going to say, that's probably making us the most money. But actually, apparently First Aid 1 is making us the most money, at least that month, which is a terrifying idea. So you know what? Second Cosmic Cow Milkshake. And we'll just put it closer to the exit of the park, maybe. Or maybe, I don't know, closer to the entrance, but then it's going to cause like a bottleneck if we get more people here. Okay, so let's throw a Cosmic Cow Milkshake down right there. That building's done. And you know what? This is going to be the Cosmic Cow flagship. Finances, you know, it can be a little tricky in the early game. It's like starting your own business. We got a nice park, though. People come in, they go, hey, great ride. And then they go over here, and then they get, oh, I'm going to leave the park. No, I'm not. I'm getting on the whirly rig. The queue looks fast. It's really good value. How much are we charging for that? $4? That seems fair to me. We have lost more money this month, but that's because we, well, I guess construction costs don't necessarily factor into that. We may want to start charging park entry, even though it would be a total ripoff. I just don't want to get myself mired in loan hell. And to be fair, people are like, I wish there were more rides. Wait, how many people believe or wish there were more rides? 52%. Well, we could take out another loan, but I was kind of hoping we get some challenges that are conducive to that. Let me look at our park management finances quickly. Shops and facilities. We need to make $500. Right now we've made negative money, but in theory, the more people that enter the park, the more our shops and facilities should make money as long as they're dealing with demand decently right now. Nobody goes to Chief Beef. The Hot Dog Squad does okay. Why are you not going to Chief Beef? You walked up You clearly said, I want to go to, I want to get a hamburger. And then you decided, not like that though, are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? Chief burgers are now $6. How do you feel about that? Cosmic Cow Milkshakes is doing fine. Hot Dog Squad now at least has people in it. Is it the burgers are too expensive? Is that the concern? We're selling expensive burgers? How do you feel? Milkshakes? Yeah, that's right. Milkshakes. Okay, so I made a mistake here in the planning of the park. Honestly, we should have had... I should have had a little bit more money in the early game to create at least one more ride. Because I think 2 rides is not really doing a great job of attracting people right now. People do like the Whirly Rig one. They say it's really good value. So if you don't mind, I'm going to crank that up just a little bit here. We got to find our break-even points. People also say the Whirly Rig one is great value, and it's free entry to the park, which I would prefer not to change for now. So we're just going to amp that up a little bit. How much money have you made this month? Nothing. How much does it cost me to leave you open? You know, am I providing health insurance for these Cosmic Cow Milkshake workers? I'm not saying we shouldn't, I'm just saying, you know, we gotta watch the bottom line here. Business is not necessarily booming. It looks like we've almost hit like an equilibrium point here, but that might be because I have it on speed 1. So it's not... I mean, on speed 1, it seems like, you know, it's a lot easier to look like you're at the break-even point. Okay, do we have rides that are extraordinarily cheap to build? The teacups are not bad. I don't really want to make a family-specific park, but we sort of, you know, need to keep the lights on right now because these are the cheapest rides available. I mean, yes, we could build a log flume ride, but this costs us $7,000. So we need to... I think it's in our best interest to throw down another ride as soon as possible here to try to get us out of this. To get us into the point where people are like, hey, I like this place. And that's acceptable. So where's the teacups? Where do the teacups go? See, the teacups go here. Exit into the same queue that these exit into, and just queue out the other side. We're gonna run low on money here. Run out? I hope not, but we're probably gonna run low. So we'll put this here. And, I mean, that's the thing, you know? All businesses take on debt. We just got to make sure that we do it in a fashion that's productive, or we're going to face potential problems. I just want this to perfectly intersect with the path here, but clearly that's not really the way things are going here. It looks a little hideous. And the more bends you have, the less efficient your queue is, actually, which I don't know if it actually affects things that much, but people will not stand on, like, a 90-degree hairpin turn, so... Just gonna add, like, a little bit more serpentine nature here so people have a little bit more time to bleed. Like, not physically bleed, but, you know, bleed into the correct traffic pattern, like, slow people have a chance to get past here. I don't know. I'm not a city planner, so garbage bins, and then we say good to go. But you know, you're right. We can't call this Teacups one. This is the Madrina's Boys Wild Ride, sponsored by Madrina's, and we're playing. Okay, are you open? You're open. Now that you have 3 rides, look, I'm not gonna say that this is gonna be the most popular ride in the entire theme park. All I'm suggesting is that the existence of this ride means that now there's 3 rides in the park. And with 3 rides in the park, hopefully that neutralizes a lot of the, I wish there were more rides. Let's be honest. You know and I know that this is just the freaking teacups, dude. We don't need to, like, belabor the point. This is just the dang old teacups. Nobody's going to be super impressed with that. On the other hand... If it makes people happy, it can't be that bad. Look, how much money did you make last month? Chief Beef 2? You're done. You're demoed. We got to make extreme changes right now. If I can figure out how to do so. What is this? Select building. Yes, I would like to select the building, but I want to delete you, though. Simply, only the Chief Beef has to go. Money isn't really an issue. I'm glad to be working here. Effie. This is... this is the problem with placing down, like, a single building like this, is that, I can't, I don't think I can demo just this chief beef. I might be mistaken. I'm hitting delete on my keyboard right now. So let's go, select building, demolish. We got 500 bucks back. Look, we needed the money, even though we're gonna lose it like immediately here, but we're gonna place a restroom for 200 bucks, and then we're gonna say done, and that's just our bathroom. And we're gonna place a Cosmic Cow milkshake. People cannot get enough of the Cosmic Cow milkshake. What we are not going to do is place a chief beef. Come on. We're running out of cash. Life is becoming a problem here. Something, life comes at you fast. We're making money, but then we're losing money. Basically, like, we make money when people queue into the ride, and then we lose money while the ride is running, which is actually fairly sensible. But basically, I mean, if you're confused about why I did what I did here, we had to lower our operating cost. We were spending way too much money on buildings that were not making us any money. I actually feel like we should also move this Cosmic Cow milkshake, because right now it's not getting a lot of business because, you know, this part of the park is not very well trafficked. Honestly, as ridiculous as it may seem, I think a second Cosmic Cow milkshake right next to the other Cosmic Cow milkshake might be the right way to handle things. There we go. And it looks hideous, I'll be the first to tell you, but as long as people will actually go to it, and they won't? Come on, I just want to see one person go to this. I just want to see one family. They got stuck? Are you actually kidding me? Thank you for using the trash can, by the way. We're making money. We're making money again. Yes! They will buy Cosmic Cow milkshakes. People will read again. Alright, this park, it looked like for a little while we were going to find ourselves in actual hell. But although we're not making a ton of money, and we may actually still be operating at a slight loss, at least, and people are going to hate the queue for this ride. That's just, it is what it is. We may be operating at a slight loss. I think, given time, we've actually reached a certain level of equilibrium, which is extremely important. How much money do we need to start building coasters? Honestly, I'd say the first coaster, if we get to like $6,000, we could probably make. Which is a long way away still. Make money. Money! Enter! Enter the ride! You know, the problem is freaking Whirly-Rig takes... Not Whirly-Rig, sorry, Wild Blue 1, which, as we all know, is Lara Croft's hang glider. It takes way too long to ride, dude. We could shorten the queue for it, and then people are going to be buying more milkshakes. I mean, this park pretty much exclusively exists to sell milkshakes at this point in our life. For shops and facilities, we've made like $100. I think I am, like, as much as we've maybe reached an equilibrium this month, we made $156. Amazing. If one of our rides goes down, we're dead. Our park is, you know, going up in smoke. We're probably going to need to start charging for ticket prices. I wish there were more rides. We're probably going to need to start charging for tickets. And, I mean, I really don't want to get to the point where I'm charging to use the bathroom. I mean, that's probably the kiss of death, right? Are people still saying this is good value? Okay, well, if it's good value, you know, you just... That's the kiss of death, boy. Paying $5.50 to go on the teacups. You know, the rides are bringing in our freaking... all of our money right now. It's still really good value. Okay, but you know what? Paying $6 to wide to wide the Whirly-Rig now. Okay, I don't think that... You know, raising prices by $1 is probably not going to save the business, but it's a start here. It just, like, you can only fit, like, 10 people on this ride at any given moment, and then it takes, like, a minute to go. So no wonder the queue takes... Well, I mean, how long does the queue take? 19 minutes. That's actually pretty long. Yeah, you know what? I think we should shorten the queue. I don't want people waiting in line for 19 minutes when they could be out here buying milkshakes or paying $15 to use the toilet. Park management? Finances? Oh, that's my timer for this episode, but let me go out here. It's actually in tickets. There we go. Ticket prices. Cost $0 to enter. Now, there's... Oh my god, leaving guest thoughts? There's not enough to do here. I'm going home. It costs you $2.50 to enter the park now. I think we need to make more rides. It's just too small to begin with, but I don't want to find myself mired in financial hell. For now, thanks for watching. This is episode 1 of Planet Coaster. If you enjoy it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more Planet Coaster. New episodes come out every day at 2 p.m. local time, which for me is Pacific. And I'll see you next time.